What's good, YouTube? It's your boy pigandmeh here, and today I'm going to show you guys some replays and a quick combo for the tri-brigade light loose deck I profiled recently, which of course there'll be a link to it at some point in this video or in the description down below. So yeah, you don't really need to see the deck 'cause there's an entire video for it, but some replays, here you go. First off, I'm going to show you guys the infinite combo. Now, first off, in order to pull off the infinite combo, you basically need a means to get to Simorg and Union Carrier. If you can get to those two, you got the infinite negate basically. And this hand, very much, is the infinite negate. So, let's let it play out. Alright, so first off, a tanky for my Fractal, and I Fractal for that to get my little extender. Next I special this to special the bird that searches me, the other bird. Then I use this bird to get a hand trap. And then from here I special summon two more bodies. And then use this guy to then make a tri-brigade Farajik. Now from here you got the infinite negate, because this plus this equals Simorg, and this plus this equals Union Carrier, which gets you your negate. But because that particular hand was so good, you can kinda use this opportunity to flex pretty hard. So in this case, I cheat those two out, I mulligan my hand, proceed to get the infinite negate set up, and then get out the Ancient Warriors guy, because I had yet to use my normal summon in that entire scenario. And in this instance, the reason I made this is because on top of having the infinite negate, which can be outed so long as the opponent knows how to build chain links, this guy has a quick effect, bounce a card to the hand. That's very, very good. Trust me. So yeah. Now you see how it's the main end goal. Why is that good? Well, because at least in an online setting, if you happen to go first and, you know, set up your infinite negate, your opponent can't really do much of anything. Now in this instance, you're about to see why Zephyros the Elite is such a good card. Because in this instance, I make the Farajik, use the Karas, play the Tenki to get a free plus, use the Zephyros to essentially get another winged beast on the field, turn the Harpy Conductor and that to the Union Carrier, and was still able because Zephyros was the winged beast. So in this case I didn't get as ideal a board. But as you're about to see, this is strong. So my opponent plays a card and they're like, well, that's annoying. And then my chicken comes back out and they're like, huh. So then they summon their guy, don't come to realize that that chicken is not once per turn, and then just quit. So yeah, that's very, very good. Alright, I'm going to show you the first game against Gladiator Beast, because this is kind of funny. So in this game I tried an infinite imperm, and he just happened to open the one of Red Reboot. For some reason, I set another imperm, not thinking that, you know, he would make the play he's about to make. So, in this case, he makes the guy that cheats out the fusions. I'm thinking, well, he's probably just going to make the guy that lets you, you know, have a free negate. No! Instead he pops my back row and then does this cheeky play. Now, unbeknownst to him, I'm playing a deck filled with wind monsters, and I don't draw any. So I use this to try to get something. And by something I mean a guy to set, and then hope to God he doesn't play Glads like people used to play them. Luckily for me, he doesn't. Because, yeah. Although he does get a free Johnny Quest out of that. So then I still have no wind monsters. Then I dump that to try to get something. Anything. Game, please? Hello? So I make my own chicken. Add a card. Hit his guy. And then proceed to waste my resources to get rid of his own little lock with my non-targeting bounce. Search a guy. And then end on at least one negate. Now this guy expert plays around it because I shotgun this only to inevitably be punished. But then the play you're about to see is kind of funny because this guy, he summons his Glad Beast, makes his guy that lets him have free cards, decides to do this play all over again, but then forgets that you can't target Smork, the card that he literally played on me. So then he does the play I expected him to do in the first place, which is at least get one negate on board. And then through some heart of the card shenanigans, I bait out his negate, then show him what these little wings can do. I summon, I make my girl, and then I proceed to use my non-targeting remove, dump some bodies onto the board, use this guy to get a free body to then make an Appaloosa that can hit over his big defense guy, mulligan my hand, and then proceed to just take the game from here. Yeah, very, very strong. Let me see here, where is it? Oh, yeah. For some reason he let me go first. I thought he was going to let me go second. So then I'm like, well, if I'm going to go first, then I'm going to just absolutely turbo out this lock ASAP. Don't care. Just don't want to deal with anything. And not only do I get the infinite negates, he bricked. So, yeah. Easy 2-0. Alright, now a game that kind of went on for a bit longer. Also, pro strat. If you want to beat this deck, just play Balderok.deck, because Balderok.deck plays the card that I envy the hardest in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which you're going to see shortly. This game, he doesn't really establish a whole lot, because I decided to make the Link 4 to get rid of his Golden Boy, to then swing in for a lot of damage, and then leave him with the awkward notion that his deck can't operate without Kintaro. So yeah. Game 2 here. He plays the bane of my existence. The card that makes it where I can't use Beast, Beast, Warrior, or Wing Beast type monsters to do anything. I mean, yeah, I could summon stuff out of my hand, but much good it's going to do me when he has a card that prevents me from doing stuff. So instead of playing this the way I wanted to, instead I have to turbo out Zeus, which if I was going to make Zeus in the first place, I should have used the other assembled knight, but that's irrelevant, because this game also happened to show me that you can wipe an Eldlik board, then an Eldlik board will just rebuild itself. And by rebuilding itself, it will outgrind you. So then, I just try to play it safe, filling my graveyard with guys to inevitably, hopefully draw an out to the zombie world. And using Zeus to punch. So then this guy's just playing the game of, I'll just keep playing things, and if you can't stop them within the next turn, you're going to lose. So then he turbos out Kintaro. I dump Zephyros for an extender for later. Kind of not realizing that I'm not really about to have it later. I probably should have summoned... Oh, I know Alpha wouldn't have been able to do anything. That's why I didn't do it. But then he draws his Gozuki, cheats out his Balderok, and from here, I can't do nothing at all. So then, like the true warrior I am, I decide to just say screw it, go to battle phase, and then proceed to enter scoop phase. So yeah, zombie world, super strong. Now game 3, yep, you see it right there. Anti-spell fragrance. So in a lot of matches, I decided to try to side the Dark Simorgh with the anti-spell, because it basically turns off people's ability to play spells. Also, anti-spell in and of itself is a solid card, because it slows things down. I don't think it was that great to do against a trap deck that just plays traps mostly. So, yeah, you're about to see me, like, be stuck in a scenario of a... Well, I did Cyclone one of his little guys, so he can't get any more. But this is one of those games where it's just like, oh, we're in for rough waters. So here, my anti-spell is biting me in the ass. So I set it, and I'm like, well, let's hope he doesn't kill me next turn. Luckily, he doesn't. He doesn't want to, I guess, overcommit. And for some reason, he makes some weird vampire. So then I'm like, well, let's search Fractal. Nope. Oh, okay, well, that was a bad idea on your part. Because now I'm going to just get this, summon it, get the chicken out of my hand, immediately turbo out this bastard, and then not let you play any more spells for the rest of this game. Or at least so long as you can try to out 2700 attack body. Spoiler, he apparently can't. So then he do zombie stuff, hit over my Simorgh, and then pass. And then I proceed to hit his guy, and then pass. He draws a spell he can't even play. So then he tries to BLS link me, and I'm like, you know, I think I'm going to play this card that lets me summon a non-target banish guy to get rid of your big guy that could hit my Simorgh. And then from here, I pretty much wrap it up by banishing his thing, and then proceeding to have him enter scoop phase. So yeah, there you go. Couple of duels, and the infinite negate combo that this deck is really good at pulling off. If you like what you see, make sure to tell me down below. If you don't, well then tell me where I can improve. Of course, make sure to like, comment, favorite, all that other jazz. Share this video with your friends. And yeah, this is Meh of pigandmeh signing out.